In June last year, something very interesting happened in this country. President Uhuru Kenyatta attended an Akorino conference at Kasarani Stadium. But the president was not expected to appear at that event because the guest of honor was supposed to be the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. But President Uhuru Kenyatta, in his own wisdom, decided to attend the event. And he used that event to address the Kikuyu nation.
No more than a guganadali and aruga ito. Nanogo the oroka guito na neguirado. Mekoreno to duleta toreta siasa. Matigesi yenye de kekeao. Matigesi yenye de kehe. Netoigua. Na matiko ndogamia barabara ria ndithondekeire iria ndirenda gukinya na kuria ndirenda gutwara andu aitu na kuria ndirenda kumakinyia nie ndiaheirwo kura neo nie ni ndamacariirie kura inywe ne inywe mwanjikirire haria ndi na ngurugama na kihoto kiu kinya ndikie wira uria mwaheire ni mwai nie ndirenda thayo na ngucariria andu aitu thayo kuria guothe nguruta na ndige ati andu aitu miaka ingi 50 eguka gutire mundu gathinagio hari ari akahuraga biashara yake na akarima mugunda wake na ageka maundu maria arenda nekuga ndoigire ndirenda siasa ine murajigua matigeci ne kundisha madishaga ga maruta kinya kou mathiaga tiga one ine mwajigua mundu agikorwo we mweshimiwa coka gicagi gwaku wake cukuru wikirire andu thitima na mbeca irio hetwo tiga guku guthiururuka ugitwiraga uria ukaneneha gutire kundu ugathie utari na andu aya atige gutira makinegenia kila siku hapa.
Now that's President Uhuru Kenyatta during that Akorino event. And if you followed the president politics, you realize that anytime he wants to talk to his people, he always switch to vernacular. And that's exactly what he did. And again, 6 months later, after he had launched the Building Bridges initiative together with Raila Odinga, the allies of the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto convened a meeting in Embu, I think, and there were around 50-something members of parliament from central Kenya or from the larger Mount Kenya region. And they issued demands about the Building Bridges initiative. And the president again attended another church function in Kiambu County. And in that church service, the president delivered another warning to them and told them that he actually understands and knows the guy behind them and is not stupid and that he's going to deal with them ruthlessly.
I'll come back so that we discuss these issues. We're getting to a place where we will say enough is enough. We are tired. Before the BBI report was unveiled, they were for a whole month loitering, telling us a lot of things. Now that the report is out, they have changed to another direction and telling us other things. These are people who have no direction.
And indeed, in 2020, just like I said earlier at the beginning of it, in 2020, key political players in this country were going to make very tough and difficult political choices. And the president has decided that he's going to deal with the central Kenya politics once and for all. And at the beginning of this year, up to today, the president has visited central Kenya several times. And Kikuyu-related, or the Kikuyu diaspora in Rift Valley has also visited. Like, he has visited Nakuru, he has visited Nyandarua, the president has visited Meru, and he was also in Kirinyaga. And his message during those events are very clear, that he's going to deal with these people. But the question which most Kenyans are asking is, what is the real motive of President Uhuru Kenyatta focusing all his energy in central Kenya? Is it about William Samoei Ruto? Is it about the Building Bridges initiative? Is it about development, or what is it about? So today I want us to look at President Uhuru Kenyatta's real mission in central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region. But before we do that, if you are bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to just take a second or two and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. Now, back to the main issue. President Uhuru Kenyatta has totally changed. And the president is taking on his rebels from central Kenya and is embarked on a journey. This past week alone, the president was in Nyandarua, he was in Meru, and he was in Kirinyaga. The other week, the president was in Nakuru. What is his mission in those countries? Based on the speech which has been delivering while in those regions. In my view, the president is trying to achieve the following. Number one, I think the president is very keen on the Building Bridges initiative. He's very keen on it. And because the guy he has designated to run the Building Bridges initiative is Raila Odinga, I think the president is laying ground for Raila Odinga and the Building Bridges initiative team in central Kenya. Remember, if there's any place where the BBI is being opposed by the leaders, whether it's perceptionally or is basically on the ground, it's in central Kenya and the larger Mount Kenya region. But this is the home turf of President Uhuru Kenyatta. And if you followed the Building Bridges initiative, the way it began, let's just check. It began in Kisii, which was success. Then it moved to where? It moved to Kisii, basically, which was Nyanza. Then it moved to Kakamega, which is basically western. Then it moved to Mombasa, which is basically coast. Those first three counties are strongholds of Raila Odinga. And one question which most supporters of Raila Odinga and Kenyans are in general have been asking themselves is, when will Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta start touring central Kenya together? Because the president and the prime minister have toured most of the strongholds of Raila Odinga. They've been to Nyanza, they've been to Western, they've been to Coast together. But they've never been to central Kenya together. Of course, they've been to several funerals here and there, but not on a political mission. So the president, in my view, is basically laying the ground for that tour so that he can use it again to sell the handshake, which he has never sold to the people of central Kenya because they were rebelling. So I think the president is trying to lay the ground for the Building Bridges initiative. That's why when he was in Nakuru, he told those elders, that Cheo cha Wakikuyu is in the Building Bridges initiative. And that's why the president is personally taking charge of the BBI campaigns in central Kenya and in the larger Mount Kenya region. Because after what happened in Kirinyaga, what happened in Nyandarua, where the guys opposed to the president, guys who've been attacking the president were kicked out. It's basically he's laying the ground. Number two, which I think the president is also doing very strategically, is that the president is trying to counter this narrative that he has done very little to the people of central Kenya. Remember, Jubilee Party is not in office for the first time. They are serving their second term. In the first term, the people of central Kenya agreed that Jubilee Party performed, and they gave them another mandate. But what happened 6 months after the elections? Why are they complaining that President Uhuru Kenyatta has done very little to them? Well, it's a known fact that central Kenya has benefited greatly from Jubilee regime. You can't compare Nyanza, for example, you can't compare Coast or even Rift Valley with the central Kenya in terms of even development, in terms of subsidies, in terms of debts being written off for coffee, tea, and the rest. But why is it this? Why is there this narrative that the president has not performed? Simple. It's a sponsored narrative. And the narrative has been sponsored because of the handshake the president had with Raila Odinga. If you check the central Kenya politics in the first term and even in the second term, the deputy president has gone to central Kenya how many times? And doing what? Basically to launch projects. That's why the narrative in central Kenya is that the deputy president is working and delivering. And is a good man. But Uhuru Kenyatta, who is his boss, is failing and is a bad man. So basically what the president is trying to do currently in central Kenya is to dilute that narrative that as the president of the Republic of Kenya, he has failed the people of central Kenya. The third thing the president is doing, which I think is the main thing, is that the president has decided to decampaign his deputy, William Samoei Ruto. And that's why, while in Nyandarua, he said very categorically that he's not going to endorse. He doesn't have a preferred presidential candidate. Remember, the president assured the DP right inside those constituencies and right inside those counties that he was going to serve 2 terms, and then he was going to let Ruto serve 2 terms. Basically, they were Uhuru Kumi, Ruto Kumi. But he was categorical that for me, I'm not going to endorse anybody because I don't have a preferred presidential candidate. What happened? At the moment the president said that, I'm sure the people on the ground received that information because most people have been waiting for the president to say like that. And again, the president also added something that wale niliacha wafanye kazi hapa, they have turned into hyena, which can be interpreted to mean 2 things. Either these guys are corrupt, ama, hyena can even eat you. So basically he's telling these people that these guys I trusted and I'd hoped to endorse are basically the same people who are now eating me. Eating me means probably they want even to remove him from office because there has always been that allegation that the president is serving today courtesy of the ODM party because there were plans to impeach the president. Number 4, I think the president is also keen on stemming the rebellion against him further. Why am I saying this? The president has been very categorical. Whenever he's in central Kenya, he's been very clear that the members of parliament who are making noise are not serving the people. The president has also made it very clear that he's not going to allow those people to share any platform with him. Like for example, when he was in Nyandarua, we saw the area MP, we saw the area MP, we saw the area women rep, we saw 10 MCAs being kicked out of that presidential function. When the president was in Nakuru launching projects and people were there, the president lectured Kimani Ngonjiri. And the next day we saw Kimani Ngonjiri crying like a baby, how the president went to his gate, where the kids are, where the wife is, and lectured him. So I think the president is now trimming the horns of these guys. He's dealing directly with them. And lastly, which I think is also something the president is doing strategically, is that the president is taking charge of the central Kenya or the larger Mount Kenya region succession politics. And in my view, the president is actually elevating Peter Munya. He's introducing Peter Munya to the people of central Kenya. Remember, there is Kanini Kega, whom he has been sending out to several functions there. There's Anne Waiguru, who has the potential of becoming even a running mate to anybody in this country or even a prime minister in the next government. And now there's Peter Munya. And why am I saying this? There were 3 people who are being propelled as a possible presidential candidate. I mean, as a possible running mate to the deputy president. There was Ferdinand Waititu. Where is Waititu today? He has been kicked out of office, and Waititu is, I saw him yesterday walking in the street, abandoned by people who used to be his friends. The other guy is who? Mwangi Kiunjuri. And the president initially had a soft spot for Mwangi Kiunjuri and gave Mwangi Kiunjuri the agriculture ministry. But what has happened to Mwangi Kiunjuri? Mwangi Kiunjuri was kicked out. He made noise. But Kenyans are forgetting about Mwangi Kiunjuri. And remember the moment when Mwangi Kiunjuri was in office, even the locust was being blamed on him that he was unable to tame them. The same, Peter Munya has failed to tame them, but you don't hear people blaming him so much. So Mwangi Kiunjuri is also has been trimmed down. Then the next guy is now Moses Kuria. But what is happening to Moses Kuria? Moses Kuria can now only hide outside central Kenya and where the DP is. Moses Kuria cannot attend president's functions. The president was in Kiambu the other day. He wasn't there. The other 2 weeks ago, the president was also in Kiambu church. He wasn't there. So basically, Moses Kuria, in my view, has been trimmed. I don't think he can make, he can make those drama, he can do whatever, but as far as Mount Kenya politics is concerned, he has been trimmed. Then now, we are left with 3 guys. Kanini Kega, Anne Waiguru, and Peter Munya. And if you ask me, of all these people, I think the president is trying to elevate Peter Munya by giving them the Ministry of Agriculture and creating an enabling environment for him to deliver like those subsidies and all those other things. It means the president is trying to elevate Peter Munya. I don't know what you think, but from where I am, I strongly believe that President Uhuru Kenyatta is basically on a mission in central Kenya. And those missions are basically, in summary, they are 4. Lay ground for his tour together with Raila Odinga in the central Kenya to counter the development narrative that is an underperformer, to decampaign his deputy, because he has stated clearly. Number 4 is to stem any rebellion. He's basically taking charge of the politics in the region. And lastly, succession politics. He wants to ensure that he's in the driver's seat as far as central Kenya politics is concerned. Thank you guys. And if you're bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to just take a second or 2 and hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, you get notified. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you for your continued support. I want to continue thanking you for your continued support. And the only request I always make on this platform is one: help me create interactions. And you can only help me create interactions by either giving the video thumbs up if you like it, or thumbs down if you don't like it. Just that simple. And the best one is you can drop your comment. Because from the thumbs up and thumbs down, I'm able to know whether the video is good or whether it's bad. If it's good, then I'll know the kind of content to create. If it's bad, then I'll not do it again. And from comments, from reading those comments, at least we engage. I respond to them. You respond. Then we can figure out whether I was wrong, whether I was right, or whether there was something I forgot. And thank you guys once more. You can always reach me also on my WhatsApp number, which is 0777 741323. That number is purely WhatsApp. For those who are trying to call that number, you can't reach me through that number. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day.